Hey guys, it's Genevieve. So, for those of you who have been watching my videos for the past couple of weeks, you might already be aware that I've been on kind of a still life kick. I've been doing a lot of them when I have access to my paints and such, and I don't know, I've just kind of been really interested in doing still lifes recently, which is kind of weird to say because I do fall under the category of artists who absolutely hated doing still lifes back in high school. When I was taking, IB studio art, I hated doing still lifes. They were the worst. I could never get it to look right, and I lost a lot of sleep over the state of my still lifes, I'll just say that. But recently, like I said, I've been really interested in doing them and just kind of broadening my horizons and improving my art in a way that I wasn't able to back in high school. I think a really big reason why I've been able to grow and improve so much in such a short amount of time since I've graduated from high school is this YouTube channel. It's kind of made me do art on a consistent schedule, and also because I'm just not afraid to try new things anymore. Back in high school, when every single piece I made was put under intense scrutiny, and every single choice I made was questioned or all that stuff, I was really afraid to try new things and fail and have people see that I failed at doing this thing, or that I wasn't good at using a certain medium. I disliked the pressure to always know what you're doing, because you don't always know what you're doing. There are times in an artist's career where they have absolutely no idea what they're doing. They don't know what they, want out of their art. They don't know what their art is supposed to look like, and all those different things. And I just feel like since I've graduated high school, that pressure and that, need to succeed at everything I do, to the point where I'm willing to do the same thing over and over and over again if it means that I don't have to, fail at doing something, it really held me back for a very long time. And I feel like now that I don't have the pressure of, grades and critiques anymore, that I'm allowing myself to kind of break free from this mold that I put myself in. And I'm allowing myself to really grow and experiment. And I'm actually really happy about that, because I'm discovering new mediums and new techniques that I never would have figured out if I hadn't decided to break out of my comfort zone. And now I just feel like I'm able to do so much more with my art. I have such a better understanding of art techniques, how I, as an individual artist, do art. I've learned so much since I've kind of allowed myself to be okay with failing, because the reason why this relates to this piece is because I did quite a few kind of practice still lifes to kind of get myself back into the groove of, working with paints and, looking at a reference and being able to perfectly copy it down and stuff like that. And they were not my best work. In fact, I'd probably go as far as to say they were pretty terrible. First of all, I'm working with a brand new set of gouache paints. I've mentioned these before. I got a set of Holbein gouache paints for Christmas, and I'd previously been using Reeves, which is a more student grade art quality, so I had to really layer on color in order to get things to show up, and they blended really, really easily and all that different stuff. And so I was using this new brand of gouache, and at the same time, trying out an art form that I hadn't done probably since sophomore year of high school, so at least 2 or 3 years it's been since I'd done a proper still life. And so I was actually really frustrated with myself for the entirety of my first, 3 or 4 still lifes. I would keep working on it and work on it and work on it over and over and over and over again to try and, finally get it right and get it to look exactly like the reference piece. But it just wasn't working that way. The colors weren't doing what I wanted them to do, or, something wasn't the correct size. It was like a little bit off or whatever. And I was just so frustrated with myself that at one point, I think I just got so sick of putting all this pressure on myself, and I just said, you know what? Screw this. I'm just gonna have fun with this. And so, I just grabbed another reference image, kind of sketched a loose sketch, and just started painting, not even worrying about the colors, just kind of throwing paints onto the piece, quite literally. And the results were phenomenal. The piece didn't look exactly like the reference, obviously, but I just had so much more fun working on that piece. And I feel like I learned a lot about how the paints worked and how I, can best control the paints. And all I had to do was just not worry about the final product, and just focus on having fun and just being in the moment. Because I feel like a lot of artists are held back by worrying about the final product. You'll be sitting in front of a blank piece of paper and you have this gorgeous image in your head, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna try and recreate exactly what I'm thinking onto the page, and they get so caught up with what it's supposed to look like in the end that they completely ignore the process of drawing and sketching and painting. And then once they're done, they realize that, oh, this doesn't look anything like I had in my head. I've failed. This drawing or painting is a failure. And then they get really discouraged. But that's just no way to do art, in my opinion. Honestly, I've come to realize, since starting this channel, that the only times I've ever been truly happy with my art are the times where I just say, you know what, I'm just gonna have fun with it. And I didn't worry about what it looked like in the end, and I just kind of allowed myself to find a groove and go with it. And those are the pieces that I'm most happy with, because, I wasn't so caught up with creating this perfect piece. I was just doing art because I love it and it makes me happy. And as kind of ironic as it sounds, I think one of the best ways for artists to improve and to, find themselves and, develop their own styles of art is to just not worry about the end product and to just enjoy doing art. Because if you're having fun and you're doing what you love, then you're always going to improve, no matter what. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm sorry I rambled on a lot, but this is kind of an important topic to me, and you know, this is one of those pieces where I really allowed myself to let go and to just enjoy myself and not worry about, you know, the end product. And I really am happy with how this piece turned out. It doesn't look exactly like the reference piece that I used, but to be honest, I'm okay with that. And you know, if you're always worrying about the end product of your pieces and you're wondering, oh, why can't, you know, I do this right, or why can't I, you know, improve as fast as others, just don't worry about it. The less you worry about, you know, the logistics of things, and the more you just allow yourself to have fun, the easier it will be for you to improve, because you're not so worried about anything except doing something that you love. So yeah, I'll stop rambling. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon down below to be notified whenever I post a new video. I usually post on Mondays and Thursdays. Yeah. So as always, I will see you all next time. Bye! Thank you.